Perfect. We're recording. Well, Karen, I'm grateful that you take the time to talk to me. But how much time are we looking at? How much time do you have to talk?
I got the time you need to talk. I got a few minutes.
Okay, perfect. I hope I don't come off as being abrupt or sudden, but I'd really love to talk about that promotion you were offering in our company.
Okay.
So that is for the assistant manager position, right?
It is.
Okay, wonderful. That's why I'm here. Perfect. And when would you be looking to fill that position? Is this effective immediately, or what's going on with you and your management?
So Wayne is another guy who used to be the assistant manager. He is left me, so I do not have a assistant manager today. So I'm ready to hire and get moving.
Okay, so effective immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wayne left. Why is it that Wayne left? What was going on?
He got promoted and is running a different store in a different town.
Oh, okay. That is really interesting. So is that something that happens often with your assistant managers as you go and you send them to different locations and they start their own stores, like a franchise sort of thing, or?
That's how it goes.
Okay, Saneway. I like it. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, as you kind of might have read in my resume and as you approached me, so I've actually been with Saneway for about 5 years now. I'm currently the produce manager, and that's been really fun. I get to work with a lot of people in the company and develop good relationships. And I really, at this point in time, I'm conflicted. I'm 28 years old, and so I'm looking to gain a little bit more depth in my career. And I want to add breadth to my resume as well. I want to train and be kind of counseled and gain leadership in the company. But I'm looking for opportunities. Like, what are the opportunities at Saneway for leadership and for further education?
Well, there's lots of opportunities. Corporate office is willing to help.
Okay.
And I've been with Saneway since I was 16 years old.
No way.
I started as a bagger and I've worked my way up.
Yeah, and you have a family, right? You've been working here for quite some time.
Yeah, I have 4 kids and a husband, and my husband is unwell. He was in an accident. He's got a serious brain injury.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yes, it's hard.
So you would be the main provider in your family then?
I am the main provider, and I'm ready to have a partner work with me who can take on the responsibility and help and grow with the company.
I absolutely agree. And I would love to fulfill that position, but the concern I have with the situation, Karen, is my heart goes out to you. I really wish I do want to help, and I want to address ways that I can help in management. But in the future, what kind of timeframes are you looking at? Are you wanting to kind of step aside a little bit and spend more time at home, or what are your values there?
Well, I'd love to, but the reality is that's not going to happen. But I need somebody I can trust at the store who can handle things if I'm not there and who can work with me when I am there.
Okay. So kind of be back and forth, kind of not co-partners, but work hand in hand and
Yeah,
address to each other, report to each
that,
other. So when you're gone, what other responsibilities would I have if you're not in the office? What other things would I be doing for you?
so just keeping the store going, keeping the customers happy, food stocked,
Okay.
employees where they should be.
Okay. So kind of like a customer relations kind of problem solver. That's what you're looking for?
Sure, that's the business.
Problem solving. Sorry, I hope you don't mind. I am paying attention. I'm just taking notes.
No, it's good.
Problem solving. I feel like I have good problem solving skills. And I think what's really on my mind right now is I recognize the areas that I can effectively help your company. And I mean, I've obviously been a part of Sameway for 5 years, and it's
Right.
become part of me as well. It's provided me a foundation for my finances to get married. I'm actually at
Sure.
right now,
Sure.
and I'm really excited. But you mentioned previously that corporate was willing to help with further education or leadership trainings. How much money could be devoted if I was to to step into the assistant manager position, is there maybe a certain amount of time that I could go and get a further education and also be working as well?
I think we can make that work. Yeah.
Okay, so you'd be flexible with that then.
There's a lot of things that we can be flexible on,
Okay.
and education's important.
Yeah, that's just that was one of my main concerns is I'm more than willing, and I love the opportunity to gain a little bit more money in the company and more
Sure.
recognition as well. Um, but I think, I mean, I'm not getting any younger, and I want to think of my future education and of family as well. Um, so if I was to take the position and help out a little bit more, I'm currently at $32,000 a year as a salary, um,
Okay.
and I've been talking to Wayne and just understanding the responsibility to be taking. What is kind of a range that we could be sitting at if I was to take that promotion?
Well, the produce manager's in that 30-32 range.
Hmm.
Assistant manager has different ways to go up and opportunities to grow.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you're getting married and starting a family, 32 is pretty tricky these days.
Yeah, I was going to ask, and thank you for understanding that as well.
Yeah, yeah. So you've got to have room to grow and to stay motivated.
Okay. So how could you help me grow then, Karen?
Well, there's lots of opportunities to grow, grow in the company, to learn. If you're interested in pursuing education, we can make that work. Assistant manager range is, you know, for sure about 10 more than you're making now,
Okay.
and there's some bonus structures available, so
Yeah.
you'd be okay.
Okay. I like that a lot. I obviously, with the concerns with your family, I don't want you to feel like I am kind of taking from your wallet or making things harder on the company. Um, I completely understand that somebody who's qualified and who's trained to be an assistant manager fits within that 10,000
Sure.
bonus mark, and so they'd be
Right.
within the 40s.
Right.
I will humbly accept whatever you're willing to offer me. I would love a raise. Don't get me wrong. um, but I think a way that we could kind of come to a further agreement is if you're willing through the company to help me pay for a little bit of portion of my education, then we wouldn't have to exceed that $40,000 mark. Um,
Well, the
sound like
company was willing to help me in my training and education, so I'm
okay,
sure they'll do it for you, and we can make that work.
perfect. So let's see. I'm just kind of punching numbers and stuff here. Um, so if I haven't been qualified, I mean, I've been training for 5 years, but I don't know all the responsibilities or roles, and I will need some training with that as well. So within, let's say, for example, if it's December and I was starting in January, so starting in the new year, if
Okay.
you were to raise my salary to somewhere around 38,000, um, and then I would go through the training process and work hand in hand with you. What are you willing to offer around that? What are your thoughts?
I think that there's some room there. There's a possibility.
Okay.
In January, sales are quiet after Christmas, so
Okay.
things are a little tougher in the beginning part of the year, the January, February, March. But from from that point, then we're into a better season. Weather's better, sales are better, people's finances are better. Christmas is paid off a little bit.
Yeah.
So if we could start a little bit lower, January, February, March, and then work we can work up to that 37, 38 range
Okay.
after March.
Okay. Somewhere where I kind of feel like you're saying is the budget your concern with the promotion? Is budget something that you're most worried about?
Right now, with the coronavirus and everything else, the budget is a little tight these days.
Okay. And thank you for being transparent on that. I think that shows your professionalism in this, Karen. So like you mentioned, you'd like to meet somewhere in the middle. Um, if you were willing to pay for the trainings that I need to go through to be an assistant manager.
Right?
I'm willing to devote a little bit more time, and we could spend more hours after work. I could just let my fiance know that I need to train for this.
Sure.
Um, how much would that needle change for you as a store manager?
It would be good. There's lots more room there, and there's lots of structures for um, salary plus bonus options. So there's performance bonus options. So there's some growth in there.
Okay.
But I think, we get through this winter, January, February, March. The spring comes, things look better.
Okay. Spring comes, things look better. I like that. Okay. Could you narrow down possibly a number just for my thoughts as where you'd be sitting within the first couple of months?
So you're at 32 now. So
Sure.
if we
Yeah.
started at if we started at 30, how about 36?
Okay.
January, February, March, we could do that. And then April, we could bump up to that 30, 37, 38.
Okay. And that's based upon like training, experience, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that totally sets up a future. That's something that I'd be happy doing.
Great.
Is there anything other than for your concerns? Is there any executive concerns maybe with hiring a new assistant manager that your boss needs to know about or has concerns?
Corporate keeps a close watch on us, but we
Okay.
still have our own ability to, as long as we're within the corporate structure, to do our own thing and to grow. Corporate will keep is a big part of the training with you, and if I think it's good to go, they'll be happy with it.
Okay. I want to gain the respect of you, Karen, and then also of corporate. Um, like I mentioned previously, I would love to gain a little bit more responsibility in the company, a little bit more of an image change for me and my fiance. Having a husband who's going to be an assistant manager is a big deal.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
And so that helps me a lot. The raise sounds really good. I appreciate that. That's something that I kind of look at the trajectory that Wayne took, and I know that he got a raise kind of between his producing manager and his
Mm-hmm.
assistant manager of about 5,000. So it's very generous what you're willing to offer me. And so I'm just kind of recapping a little bit. So with January, February, and March, we'd kind of be on track for that salary of about 36,000, correct?
I think that sounds reasonable. Yeah.
Okay. And so just as I gain training within that first year, is this something you mentioned with bonuses that could increase every year, that with my experience that we'd be willing to further a salary?
There's a bonus structure that if we meet corporates, um, sort of their goals, there's a bonus structure for both you and me.
Okay.
So it's in both of our advantage to meet that bonus structure.
Yeah, I like the incentive.
Right.
It's a good business incentive.
Yeah.
I don't know what your thoughts are as far as timeline, but is this a contract we'd be signing for X amount of years, or what is the contract we'd be making, Karen?
It's usually every year we sit down with corporate and go from there.
Okay.
The grocery business is ever changing and things are always moving forward. But basically it's a year-to-year contract.
Karen, I like the sound of that. Would signing a new contract after 3 months kind of raise flags with corporate and you? Like, would that be a discord with them, or would that something
No.
you're comfortable doing?
Yeah, they'll be fine with it. It won't be a problem.
Okay, I like what we have thus far. Is there, I guess if we were meeting in person, we could sign contracts in person.
Right.
But is there any other questions or concerns you have?
Um, No, I think about things, and I think that it's a good new start for you, and it'll be a good start for me, and the store.
I'm
And I'm excited to have you meet everybody, and let's get going.
excited to do so. Is there anything you need me to do between now and the 1st of January?
We need to sort out some uniforms for you and some dress clothes, and have you meet everybody and get some paperwork signed, and figure out the benefit package a little bit.
Okay. Um, okay. With the benefits package, just kind of digressing as we're going to the end of our negotiation. But benefits, please do tell me.
So it's pretty standard. It's life insurance, health insurance,
Okay.
sick days, vacation, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Pretty standard. It's probably similar to your produce benefit package, little bit nicer.
Okay. Okay. Well, Karen, I think we should really challenge each other in the year of 2021 to meet those goals. I'm planning to get married next year, and I want to make sure that we have a good honeymoon and things are paid for, and
Got some
um,
cash.
that we have some cash in the bank and that we can build a future.
Sounds
Um,
great.
but yet again, thank you for your time.
Okay.
I'll go through that. I totally agree with the contract we have. And then we can just kind of negotiate or talk about terms around that 3-month mark.
You bet. I look forward to it.
Thanks, Karen. Appreciate it.
Okay. See ya.
Boom.